This is Meet the Wolfpack. I'm Sports Information Officer Larry Reed. We're going to talk baseball right now with Regan Gillis from Fort McMurray, Alberta, who's one of our veteran players on our baseball team. And Regan, you're going into what? Your third or fourth year here?
Fourth year here.
Fourth year. But you redshirted the first year, did you
Yeah, I
not?
redshirted my first year, and so I have one more year after this year.
Nice. So how did the whole redshirt thing come about?
It was kind of unexpected, honestly. I wasn't really too sure what I was getting into when I first got here, and so I wanted to see how it was and everything, and I just wasn't at a ready level to play as a first year, so it kind of just came from that.
Do you think it has helped you in your development as a baseball player?
Yeah, I think when you're watching the game, it helps a lot. When you're not playing it, actually you're seeing everything that goes on and what everybody else does. It helps a lot.
Why TRU? Why did you decide to come here to go to school and to play baseball?
I wasn't really too sure about playing baseball after high school, and then one of my coaches back home, Frank Ingram, actually, he coached here,
right?
And he coaches here now, actually. So he convinced me to come here, kind of talked to me a little bit about it, and then I kind of just decided to come here.
Nice. Were you looking at other places to go to school?
I was a couple other places, but Kamloops is a nice spot. It's a good city and everything, so I figured I'd come here.
Nice. What's been the highlight for you as an athlete and as a student athlete?
A highlight, I would say, would be the Arizona trips every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting to go to, good weather. Everybody's excited to get outside after being indoors all winter and everything, so I'd have to say the Arizona trip every year.
Nice. Can you talk to me a little bit about something that I think that baseball is really the front runner of, and it's rubbed off with all the other athletes here. It's the family atmosphere. The older players really seem to take the younger players under their wing, and you're big supporters of all the other athletes here in their games. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Well, some of the older guys that I played with when I was here for my first couple of years, we keep in touch with them. They live nearby us. We talk to them. We can hang out with them, kind of deal. If we have any questions, we go talk to them. They come to practices, ask if we needed questions, or they're always talking to you, seeing if you need any help.
Great. You're a pitcher.
Yes.
So you started in the bullpen, did you not, as a reliever?
Yes.
So that's a whole different mindset.
It is, yeah.
Were you a reliever through minor baseball?
Minor baseball was mostly a starter, and then came here and then became a reliever.
So that's like a 360 or 180, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Tell me about the transition.
It's not a huge transition, but it's still how you prepare, how much you need to throw, how you get ready for the game kind of thing. Because when you're a starter, you have more time to get ready initially. Mm-hmm. But when a reliever, it's kind of you need somebody going right away kind of thing. You have to get it going pretty quick. So.
Right. But it's got to be a different mindset.
It is definitely kind of you're only coming in for 3 batters, say, or as long as you can kind of deal. So it is quite a difference.
Was it a difficult adjustment for you?
A little bit initially, but you kind of get the hang of it after so long. You figure out what you need to do to get ready and whatnot. So
what's got more pressure on your shoulders, starter or reliever?
They both do, honestly, because reliever coming in later in the game in a closer situation kind of thing. But a starter, the game's on you initially, so you kind of control how the game goes.
Right. What are your thoughts going into this season? Last year had a veteran crew. I think you've lost almost your entire aside, starting 9 sort of thing here.
Yeah.
So what's the mindset for yourself this year?
Everybody's learning. They're trying to everybody's got to take on a new role this year. They got to find a way to take that spot for the person that was there before them. Mm-hmm. But everybody's working hard to get there in the winter. Everybody's doing what they need to do, so we're excited for what's coming up.
So that in mind, what's your role going to be this year?
My role, I'm going to try, and I'm still learning because I am in my 4th year, and so I'm still learning here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on and what I need to do to be better, and while also helping the newer players and younger players to be able to teach them to kind of what I've already learned, so it can kind of hurry up the process.
So you're going to come out of the bullpen still?
Starting this year.
Really?
Yes.
So back to something familiar.
Yeah.
So do you have a routine as a starter? Do you, when you go out in the mud, I know some players, don't want to touch the sidelines, What's your routine?
Well, before the game, I kind of like to relax a little bit. You don't really do too much. You hang out, kind of talk to some people, have your coffee, whatever it is. And then during the game, stepping on the line, I don't think you should do it. Some people do. I don't like to.
Right.
But I don't really have too many rituals or anything. I have a good breakfast, kind of get ready for the day, prep for it a little bit mentally, but nothing too serious.
Evan Douglas is your starting catcher from White Rock. The backup is somebody that you've, I think, grown up with, John Young.
Yeah.
So do you, as a pitcher, do you get a chance to say, you know what, I'd rather work with John, or whoever's catching you just fine with?
I don't think you get too much of a say. Ray kind of sees how you work with them, and he'll react to that. If you work better with somebody, you'll play with them, kind of deal. Right. So.
Cool. So growing up, was Johnny your catcher for a number of years?
Yeah.
So how has he developed as a player and as a person?
He's got unbelievable work ethic. I've never seen somebody work harder than him. Like, he's in the gym at 6 a.m. every morning kind of deal. Like, he's constantly working out. He's constantly trying to get better, and he won't give up. So he's grown quite a bit.
So when he gets the starting assignment against you, is there a little bit of and I'm not that there's not difficulty with Evan, but is there more of an ease because, I've known him since I was 12 or whatever?
Yeah, there is a little bit, like, because, I have known him since, I think it was like grade 8 or 9 kind of thing. I met him at the beginning of the high school. But I have thrown to him for the majority of my life in my baseball career, so it is kind of comforting with that. But at the same time, I've worked with Evan a lot too, so we've gotten that chemistry going too. So.
Nice. What are you taking in school here?
Sport event management.
Nice. And what do you hope to do? What's your long-term goal?
My long-term goal is to go into sport marketing, because I took a class in it last semester and it's something that really interested me, and that's something I could actually be into and like try to aspire to be.
Oh, nice. So tell me about the whole juggling, and you guys are practicing, you practice at 6 a.m. and then, you have a practice in the afternoon. How are you juggling the whole school and
it's a lot to handle, especially on the guys that take 4 or 5 classes a semester. It is a lot, like you don't really have much downtime, but you just gotta kind of plan it out and know what you can and can't do. So planning your day before, like getting everything ready, getting food ready the day before, and just kind of knowing your routine and what you have to get into for it.
Great. Before we let you go, words of advice for a potential baseball player and a potential student coming to TRU. Why should they come here?
Don't be shy. Like, talk to people, get stories from them, their experiences, kind of see what they like to do when they're here, what helped them early on, schooling. Pretty much whatever you can to give yourself kind of a jump start on everybody. But it's been an awesome experience. Like, I've met so many new people. Campus is an awesome place, good connections and everything. So I'd suggest it to a lot of people.
All right. The words of Regan Gillis, one of the starting pitchers with the WolfPack men's baseball team.